Okay guys, good morning. It's day 3. I'm heading to Chuksong City from Kunming. Yesterday was the second stage of the U9 Grand Fondo. So as you can see today, I'm wearing my backpack, another bag, there's my bike, and I'm heading to the bus station because it's about 200 km between the cities, and today is the rest day. So yeah, the tip for the guys that want to do some riding, maybe racing, stage racing, just go and get into it. It doesn't matter how you perform, because basically even though yesterday I was pretty fast, I would say I was number 35th out of about 700 guys who were doing long distance stage. Yeah, I think 750. But yeah, so like 5%, top 5%, and it's a great result. Average speed about 40.3 kilometers an hour, with about 600 meters of climbing. So we did 105 Ks in 2.5 hours. It's actually my fastest 100K I've ever done in my life. So I was pretty surprised how I was able to perform in the big peloton. You know, it's a big difference. Like definitely, like 10 guys and 100 guys is a huge difference in terms of drafting, in terms of the speed. You know, if you have a big guns, you know, up the front, and they smash 50K an hour, and you are wheel number 60 or something, you can follow. And I was pretty much going about almost 50K an hour on the flat, and it's no way I could go with the heart rate of 145 or something, zone 2, you know, being up the front. You know, it would be my max heart rate, whatever, you know. But in the peloton, it's definitely possible. You know, the guys were definitely strong. I mean, the guys that are winning the stages, and Mongolian riders usually have maybe top 5, you know, every day pretty much. So they're really strong. So the guys that are doing those stage races, they are not, you know, professional riders, you know, and you don't have to be one. You know, you can easily subscribe to this race, and you know, the fee is really not that significant, you know, and there is no pressure on you really, unless you put the pressure on yourself, you know, because no one really cares if you're the last wheel or the first wheel. You know, it's all about like how you feel about it. If you want to go and take photos, you know, if you want to enjoy really, let it be. You know, you can go. Actually, the limit time is 18K an hour. I think it's pretty manageable for many riders really. If you ride a road bike, you can easily ride 18K an hour and even stop for photos. So it's not a big deal. But I was actually thinking about it last night, that sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves, like we have to be the best, or like everything should be the best. The situation, you know, our form, fitness, everything has to be the best, unless if it's not, we don't subscribe, we don't go there, because you know, we are not ready, we think so. But I think it's a bit foolish. It's a bit too much of perfectionism, you know, to think that you can be prepared 100% for it. And what is the good preparation? You know, definitely if you want to win those races, it's not going to happen in your first one. I think it's 100%. Most likely you will be somewhere in the back, you know, or in the best case scenario, maybe like me, top 5. And it's still, actually, I wouldn't say so, because it's not my first race. I would say like a good result is being somewhere in the middle, you know, but definitely it depends on the level of the field. So yesterday I was really surprised, you know, how I went there, and I was able to follow the wheels and go up the climbs. You know, I definitely knew that I'm somewhere in the top 50 on the climbs. That was for sure, and I think it was the definitive point, you know, where the guys, actually I think it's probably like this in many races, the climbs really separate the lightest, the guys with most watts per kilo and stuff, So I was really happy because I knew that somewhere up the front, only not more than 50 guys. I knew that. So yeah, being number 35 out of 750 people, and you know, such a blim bikes out there. Pinarello, you know, all these actually Chinese guys are really into this expensive stuff, carbon wheels, and my bike, like you see, the $500 bike with $600, even $700 wheels on it. Wheels are a huge difference. Definitely recommend doing it. So let's say my bike is worth, but would you say that it's worth $1,200 if the bike itself is $500 and the wheels are $700? I think for $1,200 you can probably buy a better, you know, all-round bike. So, but as I bought this bike as my first one, I just spent a little money, and then the biggest upgrade you can make, I think, is the wheels. So that's why I decided to spend on them. But definitely for $1,200 you can probably get a good bike like Giant, Cannondale probably. But the wheels are really a big difference. So the point is, you don't have to be perfect to do any race. You don't have to be ready for it. You don't have to be, I mean, like, you don't have to be perfectly ready for it. Just go out there and do it, you know. Definitely you want to pick the race or the ride or Grand Fondo that would probably suit you more for the first one. If you know that the climbs are not suit you, they don't suit you well, probably choose more of a flat stages, you know, and subscribe to them maybe, and yeah, and ride and just enjoy. Just it's such a big point of bike riding, like riding in the group, you know, riding some events. It's a big difference. It's really a big difference. Even to your local group rides on weekends, it's still a big difference. If you go to the organized event, if you go to the if you travel specifically somewhere, it's even more of a I would say that, like, more of a determination. You're fully into this, you know, you're fully into this. And yeah, so definitely the biggest point is don't be afraid of going to any race, even if you're gonna get dropped, whatever. What's the scariest thing that can happen if you go there unprepared? You're gonna get your doors blown off, but that's okay. And like, I mean, like, and what's the problem? You will just roll to the finish line, and then you will know, damn, dude, you gotta train, you know, you gotta improve yourself. But if you don't race, if you don't do any rides, you know, I think first point, you won't know how good some guys are, and the second point is like, you don't know how you compare, and the second point is I think it can get boring, really. Like, if you just ride a lot, like, what's the point, really? You know, I think bike riding is racing is a great part of bike riding. But I would say what separated me yesterday out of being maybe in top 20 really is not the hill climbing. I knew that I was going fast. I was going good uphill, but downhill, that's what scares me the most. Like, it's like 60k an hour, 65 I was going down, and it's actually the fastest I was going ever. You know, I tried not to go fast on my own ever. You know, I'm really scary. Jesus, what the heck? I'm really scary of going fast on my own, you know, because I don't see any point of doing that. But in the race, you're just in the flow and you try to follow, and it was really scary because about 7 guys crashed. I think maybe speeds up to 90k an hour because they were just pulling away from us, and we were going like 60k an hour. So when they crashed, it was nasty, and that's what it takes to win those races, I think. But also to be up there, racing bikes is dangerous, really. So don't be that caught in the flow, you know, if you want to win the race. But what's the award for that? You know, the award is maybe like, I don't know, like the going up on the stage. But what if you crash and break your leg or something? It's just maybe not worth it, you know. Just think more about it. For me, it's definitely probably not worth it. I will, if I'm still battling, you know, in my head, you know, I feel like I can go faster downhill, but I'm so scared to do so, and I just don't know. Should I try to learn descending, or like, I mean, like, I don't really see any point, because we're all like amateurs, you know, like, it's not the professional cycling, you know, we don't get to be famous and stuff, so there is no real point of pushing the limits that high downhill, I believe, because it's pure skill. There is no fitness in going downhill, so it's too dangerous, I believe. You know, whatever, I'm number maybe 35 out of 750 and not number 20, whatever, what's the difference? I'm still happy, you know. You feel inside, you know, how good you went, you know, you know how good you performed, you know, so it's all what matters, you know. And this is the great place to push your limits. And I think riding flats and uphill is my favorite, you know. I don't like descending, that's true, but uphills even more than flats, because flats are still pretty dangerous, to be honest. But then, yeah, I feel like the video is pretty long. GoPro, yeah, has only 20 minutes of SD card left, and it's my only SD card, so I want to save it for a few more videos from this race. So yeah, thank you. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. I'm going to Chuksong City. Tomorrow is the 23Ks uphill TT Smash. I think 13Ks is the pure mountain, and then 10Ks first are, you know, like flat rolling. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.